So Donald Trump changes tune on mail-in voting ballot collection. Well, here's why he changed his tune, and quite frankly, I'm totally in supportive of it because it doesn't matter. Everything in this election doesn't matter until you get to mail-in voting. Two words: John Fetterman. This man is a vegetable. I feel sorry for him to a certain extent. I feel more sorry for the people of Pennsylvania and the country, being that he's representing us in the United States Senate, and he obviously has a mental problem. He's had a stroke. He literally couldn't speak on the debate stage, yet he was able to beat Dr. Oz. And folks say, well, Dr. Oz is a bad candidate. Well, what the hell is Fetterman? Was Carrie Lake a bad candidate? In fact, she was one of the most articulate candidates we had running in the Senate. Watch Blake Masters with Tim Pool, him talking about how he'd run Twitter. Blake Masters was masterful, pardon the pun. And the reason he lost is because of mail-in votes. The Democratic apparatus, as usual, is one step ahead of us. And I think one of the reasons I'm supporting Donald Trump in this election in 2024 over folks like Ron DeSantis is that he will have the apparatus to build a coalition to get mail-in votes, to go to NASCAR races, to go to college football games, to go to NFL football games, to go to churches. And there's a strategy in California that they've been working on, and it's been successful. If you look at the House Senate race in 2022, we won because of, ironically, New York and California, because the Republican apparatus had a good mail-in voting strategy. Going back to John Fetterman. John Fetterman, again, the vegetable, beat Dr. Oz because what they did is they took a big bag of ballots, which is legal in Pennsylvania, and they handed out ballots, and they had them sign, and they had an operation going for the close year and a half, literally building ballots in the box. So it didn't matter how bad or good the candidate quality is. It's the process. It's not the person. It's the process. I will admit the person dealing with the process matters, like Donald Trump, because he's the one who can build the coalition to get these mail-in votes. So let's looking at the article here. Mr. Trump highlighted the movement in a fundraising email this week, saying the radical Democrats have used ballot harvesting to cancel out your vote and walk away with elections that never should have won. But I'm doing something huge to fight back. What he's doing is literally fighting fire with fire. Does anybody truly believe that Joe Biden, without mail-in votes and a collective effort to do so, could win millions more votes than Barack Obama? In fact, including in inner cities, Joe Biden was more popular in inner cities than Barack Obama amongst blacks. Does anybody believe? How did that happen? So again, going back, this is like the third video of the channel here. What matters most is forget all the noise, all right? What matters most is the process of getting mail-in ballots. Period. Nothing much else that matters. Taxes, the border, talk about those things in order to get more mail-in ballots prior to the election. I live in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The state's going to go red, but I'm going to make it a point to vote by mail. Do not vote in person anymore, guys. You got to vote by mail. And if you care about the country, and I think 2024 is it. If the Democrats win, they have majority control in the House and the Senate, and they have the presidency, they will elect to add another state. And at that point, it's over. You'll have 2 more Senate seats. They'll make Washington a state. They'll make Puerto Rico a state. So this is our path forward is Donald Trump's path forward. And thank God he's making mention of it. And I actually got an older article. This is back in February 15th. So he's already building an apparatus. And this is what gives us hope, right? And any fight back. If they say, well, candidate quality, just mention John Fetterman. John Fetterman won Pennsylvania, and he literally could not speak. Watch the debates. Thank you, good night, was his first sentence. Was Dr. Oz that bad, or was the Democratic apparatus to get out mail-in votes that much better? I think the answer is clear. What's your affliction? Subscribe and comment.